Hi everyone, today I wanted to walk you through a tutorial on how to make a dollar bill graduation lei. This is a bit of a departure from some of my videos, but since this has taken up a lot of my planning lately, I thought I would include this for several reasons. Number one, my son is graduating from college this weekend, which is awesome. And number two, when I have tried to find tutorials out there, there really aren't a lot of details. And so this is the second time we have made this, and there are a few tips and tricks. So hopefully this will be helpful for you if you're interested in making one of these, as well as to remind us of the things that have actually worked. So as you can see, it's not perfectly round, which is totally fine because it'll all work out, and when it's actually hanging on the person, it looks wonderful. Plus, you know, if you were the recipient, let's be honest, if you just got a huge lei of money, you do not really care how it looks. So the first thing that you're going to need is just some curling ribbon. I have a huge thing right here, but I think one of those little eggs would just be perfectly fine. Then, of course, scissors, and then you're going to need a stack of bills. Dollar bills, of course, and our budget for graduations is $100, so that's what this is right here. This is $100 in $1 bills. So you can see that it makes a big wreath here. Now let me get this out of the way. With the ribbon, a couple different things. Obviously you're going to choose it in the school colors, and you can choose either one color or two colors. With my son's, his school colors are black and red. The black didn't really show up very well, so we just stuck with the red, but if you have some really awesome bright colors like yellow or blue, I would definitely use the two different colors. So the first thing that you're going to do is cut your ribbon, and then you're going to need 3 arm lengths. Let me do it this way. So 1, yes, I'm really fancy here, 2, and then 3. Now at this point, if you're using 2 different school colors, you would cut this one off, but since I'm just using 1, then go ahead and do another 3 arm lengths, 1, 2, and 3. So in total, you'll do either 6 arm lengths, and I'm an average size, I'm like 5'8", so I think my arms are just normal size. So you'll do 2 arm lengths. It's 6 feet long for each one, so 12 feet total. And like I said, you'll either end up with one continuous one like this, or you'll end up with 2 colors that are both 6 feet each. So that's the first thing, and that's what you're going to tie all of these onto. Then the next one, same thing. You can choose either the 2 different school colors or just the one, and you're going to need 25 different lengths of this ribbon, and you need 10 to 12 inches of each. Now I've already measured this out, so you just cut away. So there's 2 right there, so you need 25 of those. Again, if you're using 2 colors, obviously you'll have one more of the other, but that's no big deal. And so this is what you're going to actually tie the dollar bills onto. So let me get my ribbon and scissors out of the way, because as of right now you're done with that. And then all you're going to do is, this doesn't look like a lot, but it ends up being enough. So with the $100, you're going to end up with, the reason why you cut 25 ribbons is because you'll end up with like 25 like dollar bill flowers is what we were kind of calling them. So there will be, if you're doing the math, that's going to be 4 dollar bills for each one of these ribbons. So you'll end up with 25 of these flower looking type of things. And then you just kind of, you don't even have to really fold it. You just kind of squeeze it in the middle, just like this, kind of like a bow tie or a bow. And this is the hardest part, actually, just to get this one started. And then all you do is, you don't even tie a knot on this one. You just squeeze it tight with the ribbon, just like that. And of course mine just came undone because I messed with it. But you'll just do like that. And then you'll do the same thing with the other, all 4 of them, so the other 3. And then all you need to remember on this is just to change the directions a little bit. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect because you can kind of mess with it a little bit when it's done, when the 4 flowers are done and all on there. And you don't have to tie, you know, super duper tight, because I have had a dollar bill rip, but you know, in general they're pretty strong. But just kind of squeeze it, you know, 3 or 4 different folds in the middle. And then here's the 3rd one. And then the last one right here. And I'm sorry I don't have another $100 to do the whole thing for you, but all my money is right here. So I did have an extra few dollars to do one flower. And then this one, let's see, I'll just do it like this. So you'll end up, and you can probably see, well, let me tie the ribbon this way because this one is getting short. Now at this point, you've got all 4 of your flowers on here. Let's look at how wide it is. So it's very fluffy, is what I call it. At this point, you do want to do a double knot on the very end of this one. The other ones were just tying them on, and that's just so all of your dollar bills don't fall off. So it's secure just right there. And then what you will do is you'll start here, and I would probably leave, you know, I would say at least 12 inches. And then you're just going to tie these on in a double knot onto the ribbon. And it's actually, I should say this, at this point it should be the double length. So double up your ribbon. So if you're using the 2 different colors, you'll put the 2 together. Let me find the end of this one because it's very long. There we go. Okay, so leave about 12 inches or so and then just tie these onto it, like I said, with a double knot. So you'll only do the double knots at the end of the dollar bills and when you're tying them onto the long ribbon like that. So that is how it looks, and as you can see, it gets very, very fluffy. And at this point, you can either, if you have a lot, if you want to do more like, you know, 12 or 15 inches on here, you'll have enough to do a little bit of curly. We didn't really care about that, so we just left it. We just wanted the dollars on there and a little bit of color. But then you just go all the way around, and it will end up making this right here. And as you can see, we have a little bit of extra space. We did go ahead and measure it already on my husband and my son-in-law, so we did know how big to make this one. But that's why you leave the extra 12 inches at the end here, is so you can have some room for adjustment, whether someone is, you know, really tall or really short, you'll just have that. So I completely love this. Like I said, this is we've made this a couple times now. I do really like this one. There are some other tutorials, you know, kind of like I said, not very many details, but there are other ways of doing the dollar bill lay. Some are like really, really small and you fold them really tightly like in an accordion fold. I actually prefer this one just because it is so huge and so awesome. It just makes a really, really big impact. So I hope this has helped, and I hope you can get the idea there. But like I said, $100, this is our budget for graduation, and this is the way that we like to give it to. I really don't think my son actually is expecting it. And then just at the very end, I was going to tell you, we actually, this is, I'm going to say, well, this is obviously an Apple backpack type of bag, but a small or a medium size of trash bag is how we carry this around, because you can carry it around in your hands if you want to, but it's a little bit obnoxious walking around with this huge dollar bill lay. So this is how we just walk around. It's also kind of a surprise for the graduate if they're not expecting it. So you can just put it on them. But this has always been a huge hit, and I hope, like I said, this has been helpful for you. All right, you guys, thanks for watching as usual. I will talk to you soon.